Welcome to our reality. I don't know why you're here, but I'm glad you are because today we're going to be talking about more of the Traitors US. Today we're going to be talking about episode 7. We have the Black Banquet or the Red Wedding, whatever you really want to call it. We also have another banishment that we get to talk about, another mission, a twist going into the mission, and a whole slew of things that we have to look forward to. But first, we have to cover this episode itself. And if you're here with us, we are live on YouTube. If you are not here live, hello as well. And if you're also here after the fact, I may have put timestamps below if you want to click ahead, if you want to go to any certain point. But welcome, regardless of if you're here now or after the fact. My name is Barrett. If you're joining us for the very first time, I am here with my esteemed traders colleagues, the Zack and the Nick City, who are in the opposite order that they usually are. I got to fix that. That's going to throw me off too much. Welcome, y'all, as well. Nick, I'm going to come to you first. First of all, welcome back to another Traders discussion. I would love to know, what were your general thoughts about this Banquet episode before we get into it? An episode that Alan Cumming called the best episode in Traders history for the past year, I would say, it seems like.
I mean, were we watching the same episode? Because I don't agree with that statement whatsoever. I thought it was like, okay. I mean, we finally got a murder that I was happy with. So there was that. I think that the banquet was very overhyped, in my opinion, and kind of a little unnecessary. And as for the roundtable, sure. I don't know. It was just like a very mid episode for me this week. I don't know how that's how I feel, and I don't understand why it was hyped up to be as big as it was. Maybe that's it. Maybe my expectations were way too friggin' high, and really they shouldn't have been. So I don't know, but Alan, I think we have different taste, girl. So
Yeah. I definitely saw a lot of like headlines that were the Traders episode lived up to the hype. I just like,
where?
no, there's like, it was a good episode. Don't get me wrong. Like, it was entertaining. The banquet
Yeah,
was good, but it's not, when you call something the best episode in Traders history, you gotta make sure that it follows through. And I don't feel like you should give that kind of
exactly.
press a year
When
in
there's been
advance.
episodes where I have been pacing around my bedroom because I don't know what is going to happen, that didn't give me this at all. I kind of was just like, okay, like whatever. Like there was no like suspense for me, at
Yeah.
least.
Well, Zach, welcome back to another Traders discussion. I would love to know your general thoughts on this episode as well. Do you agree with Nick and I that maybe this isn't the greatest episode in Traders history, but maybe a good episode?
It was okay. I mean, I was watching, like, I feel like what the most awe shocking, but also very game breaking, I feel, uh, was the whole jam of it all. And we definitely have different opinions as far as gasp or shock and awe. Like, I was neither shock nor awe. Uh,
It's not good.
it was very just, yeah, I it just felt very anticlimactic, I guess. I It just felt like a normal episode. Like I feel like last episode was probably better than this one, in my opinion. And we just had Ron go home last episode, so it really wasn't much. But
Yeah.
we did have the whole beginnings of Rob versus the Housewives. I guess that's what they thought maybe was going to be hype this episode up, but I don't think this episode's winning. This specific episode is not winning any Emmys or anything. The show might, but
The show, yeah, yeah. They might show up on
but
the red carpet again, but I agree with you,
yeah,
Zach. And I agree with Jameson and Chad. Expected results. Yeah, we very much had expected results last week with that Ron vote. This week we went into it expecting a spoiler alert. Oh my God! I'm gonna click over in my on my slideshow as well. So, spoiler alert if you don't know who got banished in this episode. But we also predicted a Lisa banishment in this episode coming off of the last episode, which is what we got. So yeah, it's to hype up an episode like this when you have this bank. I thought the banquet was cool. I thought the antidote element was cool. I kind of wish there was more of like a discussion. I almost wish they had more time to like kind of really theorize just to see how many things they could come up with. But I thought that element of it was really well done. I thought the reveal plus Jam Jam immediately turning to Mark and saying, Lisa, it was Lisa. Like, I thought all of that was so fun. And definitely what Alan was talking about when he was talking about the moment, like there's something that happens. And I think it would have been more of like an impactful moment if we hadn't already had Lisa be under suspicion and literally go into this episode being the top target for people, or the last two episodes really being the top target for a group of people. So yeah, with that, it's just like, okay, well, that was cool, but it ended up still going in the direction that the episode probably was going to end up at anyway. So I don't know. But in any case, I'm excited to talk about this banquet. But just to catch everyone up, we did not have a murder before this episode. The turret did not convene at the end of last episode. We went right into the banquet. So there was no murder before this, but there was a murder in plain sight where we saw Jam Jam get murdered. And then at the end of the episode, we saw Lisa Rinna be the second traitor, the first known traitor, I guess, of the season to be voted off, leaving just Candace and Rob Rausch in the turret as we move forward. And some definitely drama going forward between those two because of this vote. So with that, let's talk about the banquet, because we start off this episode, everyone's joining, everyone's decked out in their best garb. Lisa Rinna calls this the Super Bowl of murders, which I just assumed they expected Donna Kelsey to say when they were at this point in the season, but she never got there. So
I didn't even realize that.
Next week is the Super Bowl. So
do you have pictures of the gowns, the
No, but I can pull it up. Yeah, I was going to ask, what did you think about the setting in general for this banquet for Traitors? Zach, you can go ahead.
I like the setting. There were definitely some hits and some misses as far as gowns go. Like Lisa's was, it was too flouncy for my taste. Like, I know we're getting into fashion here, like, surprisingly, but it was too it was very, what's it called? Southern decadence, I guess, is a good way to
I
put
put
it. Like,
baggy sailor for Lisa.
yeah, that's what I thought too. Like, to be honest, the best dressed has to be Candace, in my opinion. I love Candace's outfit. Very on brand for her, though, for Traitors. Like, if anyone was like, look at what she's wearing that snakes, has to be a traitor. But I loved her. Maria, of course, had an amazing outfit too. Enjoy her. Hit and misses, definitely Colton. Sorry, I don't know what, but yeah.
Nobody knew what was going on there. You're right. Nick, what did you think about this setting? The I don't know, the allure of it all, the weird like tie into the old like banquet from the 1400s that someone was murdered, the inspiration for the Red Wedding. What did you think of all of that? Was it just perfectly up the Traitors' alley?
It was, in my opinion. I think it was definitely right up the Traitors' alley. I really like the fashion of the show. That's like one of my main things that I really enjoy about the Traitors that I feel like a lot of other shows don't have. What in the hell was he wearing?
Yeah.
I'm talking about Rob Rausch, but yeah, I agree with Zack. Candace had the best look. Like the headpiece, the dress, like everything. Moira, she was rocking that. The record on her head, if you want to call it that.
You remember this guy's name?
Saucer.
I don't know who that is. He's on this show?
Yeah.
Dylan Efron.
Sorry to move off the outfits for a second, but I did love just the build up to all of this. We obviously knew that someone was going to be murdered in plain sight. We knew that they were going to probably have to try to figure out who it was. I felt kind of stupid that we didn't get to like the antidote portion of that to be like, well, maybe they could save them. But I loved that the antidote was presented. I loved that there was two of them just because to give everybody a little bit more. I would have hated if it was just one personally. Yes, Jameson, we love dragging Steven because we don't know who he is. We'll get to that later. But
to be honest,
I loved
like dead ass, like not even joking. I thought that was Mark. Like I forget which one is which. So
Steven does look like a Mark, so that is part of it too, probably. But I do like leading up to this. Once Alan announces that there has been a murder, which they all kind of knew. You know, they were looking at the tarot cards beforehand. They knew this. They knew what was up. They knew the vibe. They know this show. they all start kind of slowly theorizing, and it turns into like the order of it is like Steven may have served everyone the turkey, or someone may have served the turkey. Tara turns to Dorinda is like, you offered me the turkey. And then Steven for the first time in this season is having to defend himself and just be like, I just want to squash this right now. I'm a faithful. I didn't poison the food. That's basically what he's saying.
Case closed.
And I guess it's worth noting that before this, we do have it already limited down to Jam, Kristen, or Natalie as the person who got murdered. Lisa kind of narrates that for us, and we get like this moment where Jam is like, "Oh, Lisa, I love your accessory," and it's like a really weird spliced in line with the Traitors like little screech at the end of it, and I was like, okay, I don't know what that was all about. We also get Steven saying he really enjoys camaraderie, which was a great line from him. A lot of great Steven lines in this episode. Mark says you're paranoid. We actually, okay, one little fun note. In that preview last week, we had that Mark, you're paranoid line that we saw and we were theorizing about a little bit, or at least I was. They didn't even have that in the episode, like him on camera saying it. They had him off camera. So it was like,
Oh yeah,
they're really
you're right.
strategizing their edit here. But talking about the turkey, they're all like, we all ate the same turkey. It's whatever. We don't need to theorize about this. And they start freaking out about the cards again. Who talked about the cards? Anyway, antidote.
I think it was Johnny.
Johnny talked about the cards.
Talked about the cards because he was the one that was, saying like, oh, we flipped the card over, and it was Kristen.
It's Kristen's face. That's right.
Yeah.
That ends up why Kristen gets the antidote. But anyway, Alan announces the antidote twist. They all are like, whatever. Of course, Natalie Anderson is like, I want to drink it, because that's what Natalie Anderson would say in this situation. So of course, it ends up being a fight between Tara Lipinski and Natalie Anderson over this antidote, which we saw in the preview. We just didn't know it was over an antidote. And then Kristen doesn't go to grab the antidote. Someone grabs it for her. She chugs it down. And anyway, all of this to say, Natalie drinks it after definitely doing way too much in this situation. And we find out that Jam is the one that was murdered, where Jam then turns to Mark Ballas and immediately says, Lisa. It was Lisa. And I'm going to find that clip real quick, and then we can talk about this murder, the murder from the best episode in Traitors, the best moment in Traitors history, I should say.
Right. I definitely did not say that.
Did you not?
Barrett did
I could have
that.
sworn at the top of the
No.
episode.
Definitely not. I mean, I was happy. Don't get me wrong. But I've been waiting for this to happen all season.
All right, here's the murder.
You, Jam! Take him away, guys!
Lisa, what Lisa
You
kissed me.
have been
Lisa kissed me.
murdered.
Lisa kissed me. Lisa kissed me with a chic. It was so strange because housewives don't kiss with chic. Lisa kissed me with a chic.
Wow. I did love this. This was amazing. And it makes me mad that I wish I didn't know this episode was going to have something crazy in it already, because I probably would have enjoyed it more, but I still enjoyed this. I wish more people had the ability to, upon their murder, start yelling out names, honestly. Let's just like, I don't know, just let them see that they're murdered in the morning and give them like 5 seconds to say a name, and then that's it. We could have that to go off of. Too.
No.
Make Alan drag everyone out during breakfast and have everybody yell something before they leave, so everyone just starts getting their heads spinning.
I think that they're going to start doing that more now, though, or maybe do it every once in a while, because I bet some people are like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. What a twist and all this stuff. And then watch the next time they be just dead wrong. Like, they'd be like, oh my gosh, Mark hugged me. Mark's never hug, and leave or whatever.
I hated that. I thought it was so dumb that he was able to say anything. Like, the second he said that he was murdered, he should have had to leave and not say a damn word. Because if people get banished and they're not allowed to out people, then neither should people who get murdered. And, like, it was just dumb. I didn't think they should have even, like, said who was murdered right then and there. They should have kept them guessing after that. So that way they could have been like, well, who was it? Type of stuff still. Like, I think that they should have drank the antidotes. They should have went on with their night, gone to bed, and then in the morning they wake up and find Jam Jam is dead. They shouldn't have done all of the extra stuff. That is my main critique with this whole episode. I hated it. I thought that he was so obnoxious for that because it was so wrong. And then to be like, housewives don't kiss. When the hell is that ever a thing? When? Please let me know, Jam Jam. I didn't know you watched all the damn Housewives episodes, first of all. And then you have people in there. I'm sorry, apparently. And then you have people in there like Dorinda, who is a housewife, and she's like, Lisa kissed me. Like, it just doesn't, he wasn't making sense, but he was right. And I think that's why it pissed me off, because I was like, you're right, but for the wrong reasons. And I was so like frustrated with it because like, of course I love Lisa Rinna, but like, I was just so annoyed because I was like, well, this is just like the nail in her coffin for the wrong reason. So
Yeah, I mean, is it not so Jam Jam this season to be wrong about every fucking thing he says, and then as soon as he gets murdered, he says like a right thing, but is still having the wrong reason for it? Like, it is kind of
definitely
Jameson
because you know
says he
damn
had a
well
gag in his mouth, which I think is a little
Oh.
far, but it would have been a little far for Peacock probably, but it would have prevented him from yelling Lisa's name. But I see what you mean, Nick, but you know, I gave up on a lot of hope for this season very early on with the boot order. So like this happening
Same.
was good enough for me. If this had gotten out someone that I like, if this had gotten out Natalie, I would probably be sitting here with a different story. I'll be honest. But because it is Jam Jam, because I put in my notes as this episode was happening, like it's Natalie, isn't it? It's got to be Natalie that's murdered. Because why would the season do anything different to me at this point than every faithful that I want to keep in this game is just going to get outed, not outed, but murdered in plain sight apparently. But like
annoying.
I thought the moment was worth it for a Jam Jam murder, but and also like Lisa was gonna get banished anyway. So are you upset that Lisa had to be the one to do this murder in plain sight after already having heat on her at all, or?
I feel like I don't know about that part. I think that
as a Lisa Rinna fan, how you would be like, of course she gets like votes on her, and then of course she has to do a murder in plain sight right after.
Yeah, I mean, like I guess I feel like maybe, like I hated that it was like locked in that she had to do it. I guess because like after that, like what if Candace was like, I'll do it instead of you, and like they couldn't switch it, you know, because they had already established that Lisa was doing it. But it adds that question again that I was saying last week too, like what happens if Lisa got banished last night? Then who the hell is wearing this pin? Like,
well, Rob, of course.
Right, totally. I don't know. I think, like you said, I was satisfied that Jam Jam got murdered. I guess I was a little bitter about Lisa, even though like to me it just felt like the writing was on the wall, I guess. But I guess what annoyed me the most was Jam Jam being completely wrong, but completely right at the same time. Because you know damn well, this is what I was saying earlier, or I was going to say earlier too. You know damn well that once Jam Jam saw that like Lisa was out, he was sitting there with a smug look on his face being like, I knew it. Like you kissed me on the cheek. Like I got you. But like that's not even what happened. Dummy.
See, during that whole time, I was worried for Natalie. I was like, because I thought that was going to be the nail in the coffin for Natalie, like because Tara, out of all fucking people, because she got served ham or turkey or whatever. She was like, it's the turkey. He served me the turkey. It's just like, what is there like a haunted pitchfork or something, or a haunted fork that serving fork that like is going to cause you, if you serve, to get poisoned?
Lisa, a cool rusted fork you have.
Exactly. And I'm just over here like, Tara, who put a quarter in you? Who did Johnny decide to put a quarter in you? You just, I feel like that was their plan. They're like, one of us has to get an antidote. Like if one of us is there, we'll be fine. And then they decided to be Tara, and I'm sure if Tara didn't do it, Johnny would have. And Johnny was sort of like, give it to me. And then all of a sudden everyone else was fighting, and like they're like, oh, never mind. And I'm just over here like, this is gonna be Tara fucking whatever her last name is. Lupinski, is that her last name?
Lipinski, yeah.
okay, Tara fucking Lupinski, who I didn't even know existed before this, is gonna be
Didn't
the
even
reason
know
why
she was
Natalie.
American last week.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the reason why Natalie fucking Anderson is dead because she just thought she got fucking turkey, and that's why.
Rob's sister Nito got killed by a conga line, Zach. So I don't know what
Exactly.
else
So
you
I'm
were
just over here
saying
like
at
this would be so poetic, and I'm just over here like, please take the antidote. I'm worried about you, and I mean I was worried about her, but I don't mind if Jam Jam was gone.
Oh no, I've been ready for Jam Jam to go since the first episode. Like, this was long overdue. There's a lot of people that have been waiting to go since the first episode. A couple of them are still there, unfortunately. But yeah, didn't mind this murder. One thing I want to say, like, the same logic for like the turkey thing, the same logic for the kissing thing. It's like Lisa kissed everybody, so why are we saying that's
Exactly
a theory?
that.
We all ate the turkey. Why are we saying that's a I think like with Tara's point with Dorinda was that she was like specifically served to it by Dorinda, and Dorinda like said something like you need to have turkey, or like you have to have, like, I don't know. So I think there was something else to it there. But
I agree with that because I don't know why they were like so focused on things that everyone else, like, it had to have been one specific thing that one person had to have done, if that makes sense. Like,
yes, yeah,
if you all have a plate full of turkey, you're not all getting murdered.
The
So-
Aki. Or,
yeah. And it's the same thing with like just you
What
just
in
have
the
to touch
hell
something, so.
was that, Zach?
The Aki, or how you, you know,
Is that how Tara Lipinski says it?
Or no,
I think he's trying to sound like Moira, but it's like sounding really bad.
you're
Moira, you
Um,
mean Maria as Dorinda?
Maria,
Maria.
right? Maria.
Morea.
Maria. I also just would like to say a shout out to AJ for the raid.
I would also like to shout out to AJ. Zach, would you like to?
We
shout
love
out to
AJ.
Huh?
No, shout out to. No, we're not shouting out.
Shout out to
at
AJ
4
for the
o'clock.
raid. I don't.
Sure.
Yes. Okay. So from there, do we have anything else about the banquet itself that I wanted to go over? I don't think so. Did anyone else have anything about the banquet?
I think that Natalie was extremely dramatic. And I need to say that. Like, I love Natalie Anderson, but I really thought she needed to chill the fuck out. Like, she was doing way too damn much. Like,
And
I don't
Jam
think...
wasn't?
No, Jam Jam was not Jam Jam was, but Jam Jam was not demanding the potion like Natalie was. I think that
that is
I
how
mean-
quickly Natalie cleared that table and got to the end of it,
exactly. I just think that she shouldn't have been that aggressive because like she had no reason to why I don't know why did Natalie think like she just was like I have a feeling like she didn't like there was nothing that she could point to that she did that was like I think that I did this and that's why I'm gonna get murdered. It was just like I have a feeling I'm the last gamer left. Well, you weren't, because Jam Jam was also right there and he was the one that got murdered. So it was like I get it from our perspective where we're like Lisa was considering her, but Natalie doesn't friggin' know that. Natalie didn't do anything that like warranted her being murdered. That's where I was like, I don't know why. Like, it made sense to me why they wanted to give it to Kristen, because if I'm in that environment, I would think that the tarot cards were meaningful too for that. And if you flip it over and Kristen's face is there, I mean, that I'd be like, yeah, Kristen needs to drink one of them. But Natalie, I don't agree that I feel like it just put a bad, like it almost got her banished. Like it was really bad the way she was acting. So I don't know. I don't condone it.
Mary thinks she wasn't aggressive enough. I don't know if I agree, Mary. Now Mary says you also be wrong, Nick.
She almost got voted out. Like I don't see how that was like necessary in any way. Like
she said the first episode she was going to play an aggressive, faithful game. Little did we know that means I'm going to sprint to make sure that I'm safe in the middle of a.
She was like line backing that potion. Like she was not letting anyone else drink the antidote. Like it was crazy.
There.
And I totally get Tara's argument with her in that moment, or afterwards, I guess, before Natalie flubbed with her words in the next day. But when Tara was like, in that moment, I thought you were a traitor, which I mean, like now, maybe she doesn't think it as much, but like, yeah, when
Right.
you run up to like an antidote to prevent someone else from taking it, and that person is a faithful, they know for sure, and they still might get murdered. It's like, yeah, you're gonna make people at the very least be annoyed with you. You saw how Maria was yelling at her, being like,
Yeah.
you want to drink it, so just fucking drink it. Like they were so done with her.
They
And it's
were,
just like,
yeah.
like you can get voted out as an annoying faithful, and Natalie Anderson is not. She's not immune from that, even though she just took the antidote. Like they can still do that if she's not seeming helpful to them. And her stealing an antidote from someone is not very helpful in a game full of Stevens and Mark Ballases and like I don't know.
Mm-mm.
It's just like you have to still fuck with them, but I don't know. She's still in the Dagger 6 though, so maybe I'm speaking too much.
I don't know. She didn't even get any votes, right? So I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
That's
I think
saying-
it's fine
Mary, though.
now.
Mary, I do want to say, if Natalie had done that and she had been the one that had gotten murdered, I wouldn't be saying any of this probably.
Oh,
Uh,
same. I would be saying, no, she should have been screaming more. Like,
Exactly. Y'all over here. She was close. She was close to getting murdered.
like she doesn't know that.
Yeah, well, neither do we.
It's a game of risk and reward. Nah.
Natalie got 2 votes from Lisa and Tara.
Mm.
Yes, but we've had multiple banishments where people in the previous banishment that got some votes end up getting the votes anyway, just to give people clarity. So she's not completely out. At the end of this episode, though, I do feel a little bit better about her because she wasn't like the main name people were wanting to bring up at the end of the episode, and that's tended to be who the person that is the main target for the next one. And she was very casually mentioned after that, as opposed to like Steven and Colton and Candace even. So we could talk about that a little bit later. Anything else about the banquet? Zach?
No.
Okay.
I'm like, I think more so, why not look at Kristen? Like, be like, obviously they're like, the cars, but I don't know why they're not looking at Kristen a little bit. It's like, you took the antidote, but like, you weren't the only card there or whatever, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like
definitely.
with
And that was another
Kristen,
thing.
it
They were
felt
like, we were all touching the cards. We're all messing with
yeah,
the cards.
people were saying that too. And like we didn't see all that, right? So like I don't really know. I think that with Kristen it felt more like everyone else around her was arguing for her more than she was herself. And that's why she didn't come off bad. Whereas Natalie was like, give it to me, and was like it was like, whoa, like chill out, girl.
I mean, I could
I
see
would
her
just
point
like
where
to say
she's-
that I think I got murdered.
I mean, I could just see her point where like she's like, well, now she is the only gamer left. But like even before that, like she was one of 2 gamers left, and it's like I'm next. Like I'm on the chopping block. People are out. Like it is.
Yeah,
a
and it ended up
gamer
being
ma-
another gamer that got murdered. So
I mean,
maybe I'm coming
Yeah.
around to this for Natalie. Actually,
yeah.
Oh god.
she said, "I'm not about to
Jam
go
wasn't-
out on a murder in plain sight."
Yeah, and is it not Jam Jam's fault that he was murdered? Because he wasn't even reaching for it at all.
What do you mean?
No, I mean, he wasn't very aggressive to getting the antidote. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, neither was Kristen. It took was it John? Well, who grabbed it for her? Someone grabbed it for her and just handed it to her and said, "Take it," because she said, "I don't play
Johnny-
like this."
Johnny handed it.
Yeah,
well,
it was Johnny,
forced it down
I
her throat,
think.
pretty much.
I'm surprised no one talked about that. That Johnny just took it and handed it to Kristen as
Yeah.
opposed to having
he's a-
Tara
he's a
and Natalie
skater.
just have each one. So
He's just a
yeah,
skater
yeah,
boy.
that's true. He's just thinking like a skater. Johnny and Tara actually got the script for the whole season and they win, so
Yeah.
he wasn't very worried about Tara in that moment.
They're
I
just getting
guess,
ready for the
after-
X Games.
Right.
He's like, the Winter Olympics haven't started yet during this airing, so Tara's fine. We'll still be here.
Not that.
Okay.
Is there going to be another? Well, also, they didn't call it what in the. They called it the Black Banquet, right? Before,
Yeah.
and then in the episode they call it the Black Dinner.
No. It was. I think they called it the Black Bank. The Black Banquet was the episode name.
Yeah.
But in the thing, they called it something else, I thought.
They were referencing, I think, a Black Dinner. I think Black Dinner may have been the thing that you're thinking of. That was
Yeah.
like the old story that he was talking about. Maybe. I don't
So
know.
why would they
Someone may
do
remember.
that? Like, why not just stick it like there was this thing called the Black Banquet, and at the Black Banquet, there. Da, 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 da.
After they killed those people at the dinner, they copyrighted it in perpetuity. So they
Okay,
couldn't
yeah.
use Black Dinner. Yeah.
Right.
They're like, it's going to be important.
That's why they couldn't use Red Wedding.
Yeah, couldn't do that either. After really important events like that, they're like, we better make sure no one can call this again because it's a really catchy name. But anyway, Jam Jam's out. One gamer left in the entirety of the season in Natalie Anderson, which maybe we could have predicted Natalie would be the last gamer standing, but here we are nonetheless. We go into the next day. Rob and Candace and Lisa are all first three there at breakfast in the morning. Lisa's like, we have to talk. You're going to have to put in more work today, which is a funny thing to say the day that Lisa goes home. But like that does happen. Setting the stage a little bit for later on, of course, when we have Lisa gone, we have Candace saying, I'm ready to play a motherfucking game. Rob, there's going to be dire consequences to what you did. Really setting the stage for all of that for us. But we haven't gotten to see them together since, or I guess privately, since the round table, since they skipped their murder, because of the Black Banquet copyright. Okay. Nick, was it weird to see Rob Rausch having this much drama with Lisa Rinna? Like, for you as a fan of both of them separately, in like separate universes entirely, now that Lisa Rinna's out of this game, was it weird for you to watch them have so much beef and like go at each other? Like, or I don't know, and Rob Rausch be the one that wins pretty handedly and easily? Like, what did you think of this?
I guess that's the part that kind of like shocks me, is that like Rob Rausch handled Lisa Rinna. Like, that's kind of interesting to me. I don't think I would expect that coming into this season, because Rob, like I said before this whole season started, like he definitely gave me traitor vibes because he's the villain. He's very nonchalant. Like he's like, I don't give a fuck type of attitude. He is a hoe too. So like I would think, you know, like let's make Rob a villain or a traitor, and they do. And Lisa's also the other person that I felt like was a perfect traitor. But I don't know. I guess I wasn't expecting them to butt heads either. Like I kind of was expecting Rob to kind of just like follow through more with like what Lisa wants and stuff like that. I don't think I was expecting Rob to kind of have his own things going on with the faithfuls that like he would prioritize over Lisa. Like to me, that is, I guess, what shocks me the most out of all of this. Like him prioritizing like Colton Underwood, who's not even a traitor with him.
That doesn't shock me as much that he would team up with Colton Underwood in a house full of like housewives and Survivor players, and like I don't know, Colton probably does seem like the like I don't know, if Rob Rausch was in the Big Brother house, I think he would also team up with someone like Colton.
I think that's funny you say that, because I think Rob is not thinking with his dick in this series. Like I think that in Love Island, that is how Rob was. Like Rob was like, I'm thinking about like hot women, and he was not thinking about like what was smart for him, what was better for him long term, what he wanted in life. When he was on Love Island, he was like, that's a hot girl and I want to go make out with her, even though I'm talking to the other girl right behind me. I don't care. And like that to me is like not the energy we're getting here. Like you've not even heard him like call somebody hot. To me, that is the weird part. Like not seeing like Rob in like a romantic type of setting, I guess, if that makes sense. Like there's no one that he's expressed any type of romantic interest in. Lisa Rinna is married to Harry Hamilton. She only I don't know if you watched her. I don't know. I don't know if you sorry. I don't know if you watched her TikTok where she explains about like where someone was like, I don't know how you can interact with Rob. He's so hot. And she's like, have you seen my husband?
Yeah. I also saw Lisa made like another video where she was like theorizing that Rob was Colton was doing like a Traitor Angel thing with Rob, and offered Rob the same thing that he offered Lisa, which I don't see that, but I thought it was interesting that she was like theorizing that's why they're so close, is because Colton knows Rob is a traitor, and which is our theory that I feel like everyone loves to run with every single season. Mary says Rob was more interested on his friendship with Aaron than with any girl on Love Island. How do you feel about that statement, Nick?
I mean, they were definitely a bromance. So Aaron's his best friend that spoiler alert, Aaron won the Traitors UK season 1. So like Aaron, and I'm assuming Aaron gave Rob some pretty damn good advice on how to play, because
So far, so
Aaron
good.
won the Traitors before he was on Love Island, which is very random. But yeah.
I'm just gonna run through this episode for Rob because I think we should talk about him. Well, we need to talk about Lisa Rinna too. God.
We can go back to Lisa. We're already talking about
Okay.
Rob, so
All right. Let's talk about Lisa Rinna, and then we'll talk about the traitors, I guess, remaining in the game. Maybe that is a better order. So Lisa Rinna in this episode was doomed from the start. We knew that. Murder in plain sight. She was able to pull that off. I think it's so funny that Jam Jam was not able to put together how she did that. I know we're going back to the banquet, but like I never talked about how Lisa Rinna did it, which was just pretending like her cursed amulet was poking her skin, and she was like, "Ow, ow, ow! Can you adjust it?" And that's how she murdered Jam Jam. Need to mention that. Mary, we're not gonna glaze Rob, I promise you.
I'll glaze Rob. Don't worry.
Yeah, well, me and Zach will balance out Nick's glazing. But like, but she was doomed from the start. She was one vote away from being banished in the last episode already. I thought her arguments for the round table, once we did eventually get to that, obviously she has Natalie messing up her words in the room by saying, you know, when we murdered a gamer, we banned the Portia thing all over again, which is an argument as old as time in Traitors. It feels like someone misspoke, let's go after them. It's never worked. It's never been a thing. So that's all she had to go off of. And she immediately brought that up in the round table. And it was immediately pretty much dismissed by Natalie, just saying, you're just saying this because you don't want to go home. Stop it. You're not interested in helping Faithfuls at all. And it's just like, there didn't seem to be a moment where I even considered anyone else could go during this round table. Like, the Dagger 6 gets together after that mission, says, Lisa, even though you have Johnny and his now fractured, magnificent, bold 8, saying Natalie in the one room with everybody. Of course, they don't end up voting Natalie really at all, minus 2 people is what. Yeah, 2 people. So all this to say, Lisa Rinna, for how entertaining she is, I don't feel like had any chance in this round table, and honestly didn't put up that good of an argument with Rob Rausch's like, we have to think of logic. If 2 people are talking and they're saying different things, then one person is definitely lying, and that's what that means. So like, Nick, you talked last. Zach, what did you think of Lisa Rinna in this episode, her arguments and everything?
She was fighting an uphill battle, quite honestly. Like, she was trying to find anything that stuck or anything like that. I honestly don't see a way where she could have gotten out of it besides throwing her another traitor under the bus or anything like that. But even then, I feel like you can't get any worse than someone that literally died just saying your name. I feel like there's just nothing you can do. And like, I was just side-eyeing at the fact that she was trying, but like, I mean, I don't. If I was in that same situation, I would have done the same thing. Like, throw something on the wall and see what sticks. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
what
just
you're gonna do is Jam just walk out.
Yeah, which is why I don't have a. Like, I'm glad that the Faithfuls got someone out, but I'm also like, I don't agree with it being Jam. Like, I feel like when you're taken out, you shouldn't be able to talk. Like, if anything, they should be looking at all the actions of what people did and like everything like that, and not have someone be like on the way out the door, like, because if someone's poisoned, they're not going to be like, Lisa. No, they're going to be like, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just indifferent on it.
All right. I like no, I'm good with the it was so campy. Lisa, I felt like every time Rob was going after Lisa in the round table too, it would be like, which let's take emotion out of the situation. In every answer that you have, you just say I don't remember and I don't know. So like, why is Jam Jam saying these things? And Lisa just goes, I don't know. And it's like, why are we saying I don't know, Lisa? Think of something else, please.
Oh my
I need
god.
something. So
That was
I think
driving me
that
crazy.
so yeah, and I really wish we had more to talk about from that roundtable even, but it really was just Lisa going after Natalie, Moira and Dorinda going after each other very briefly, and then just all Lisa piling on after that, and then we end up getting 9 votes towards Lisa's way anyway. But I did want to in this, Nick. How was it seeing Lisa on the Traitors this season? Because not often, like as someone who has enjoyed a Traitor and then like been disappointed with how they've been on the show, I feel like with Lisa coming back after leaving Housewives, she said she had a lot to. It really left a hole in her heart, it seemed, and this was like a big deal to her, and it seemed like she had a great time. But what did you think of Lisa Rinna being on this season, or how did she compare to what you remember of Lisa Rinna, or what you expected of her going to this, especially with her being a traitor?
Yeah, so I honestly think that she did the best that she could. I think that, I had really got like high expectations for Lisa coming into this, given like all of us said she's a traitor. Like literally coming into this, I think she's the one person that we all agreed in unison. We were like, yeah, she's probably one of the traitors. Um, so and you guys don't even watch Housewives. Like I feel like that's like the reputation that she has is that like, she's crazy, she's villainous. And she still was able to make it like more than halfway through the game. So I feel like that was pretty impressive in my opinion. And while being a traitor too, no less. Like the fact that she was able to kind of like pull off murders, pull off some weird votes here and there, and still kind of like make it as far as she did. I thought it was like not as bad as I was expecting her to do. Just because I felt like it was so obvious that she was a traitor the entire time that I was like, I don't really understand how she's still going and no one's really like looking at her. But I also felt like she was the type of person that's like, once you see it, you can't unsee it. And I felt like that's exactly what happened, obviously. So I enjoyed seeing her. I was very happy to see her back. Her series of Housewives was the last one that I just binged. So like, she's not someone that is that far removed from my memory or that I haven't seen necessarily that long because like I just finished binging her series of Housewives like maybe 2 months ago. But she, in my opinion, is like the face of Housewives of Beverly Hills. And now that she's not on it anymore, the show doesn't feel the same. So to have her kind of on this was very fun. I love seeing the Housewives in either like gamer shows or like Celebrity Big Brother, The Traitors, like doing all of these other kinds of shows just because it's like fun because we don't see them in like a competitive environment. And I do think Lisa Rinna is a competitive person. So it was cool to see her in this.
Yes. No, I agree. She was very fun to watch. I hate that she did have to be in a traitor role because I think she could have given us a lot more clippable moments if she was just a faithful that could have
Right.
let loose all of the time. And I felt like did feel like she had to strategize or like play differently than she maybe imagined. Or maybe this was just not the environment that she was used to and then was like, how do I go about this exactly? I don't know.
Yeah.
There could be so many things. What is BB Bean says Lisa is not a gamer, but Lisa is an actor. So
She is
I
a
feel
very
like that
talented
also lended
actor.
herself to this.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah, like we said, this was an obvious traitor pick from the start. It was the only person that we all collectively said was going to be a traitor, like you said, Nick. And I feel like this is, maybe I'm crazy for saying this. It almost reminds me of when Dan Giesling was a traitor, and it's like so obvious. Like you're gonna pick the best Big Brother player, or what? I'm not gonna start that, unpack that can of worms. But like, who a lot of people think is the greatest Big Brother player of all time. Like, of course he's gonna be a traitor, and he's acting suspicious as hell. Yeah, he's acting differently than you would imagine him acting. Let's go after him. It felt very much like that, and Lisa was able to outlast Dan Giesling at least in an episode count. So like I was impressed from that front. Then again, it seemed like she was doomed from the start, and especially with this episode was also doomed from the start. Also see some really good questions. I promise we'll get to them. Because Mary's asking who's getting recruited. I'm seeing.
Oh yeah, well,
who do
we got
from
you, Mary.
27. So I'm marking these just so you'll know. All right. From there, I do. What do we want to talk about? We can talk about the Dagger portion of the mission with the whole lying and are we not lying about our tablet, or we could talk about just
They got $16,000.
Yeah, great for them. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't ever put in my notes how much money that they have currently in the pot. I've never cared about that. So I don't think none of you have ever asked. None of you have ever talked. Been like begging to talk about the mission. So I just always assume that you're not wanting me to that much.
You know what's so funny? I forgot about the mission completely until you just were saying that right now. But you know what's so funny too is I was just having a conversation with one of my friends like over the weekend, and we were talking about. She was like, I don't understand. Like, what are the point of the challenges of the show are for? And I was like, so they can get money to add it to the prize pot. And she's like, but they're getting money anyways. And I was like, but they have to earn it through the challenges. And she was like, really? Since when? I was like, the whole time. And she's watched every single season. Like, it's so funny because I feel like no one gives a crap about the missions, to be honest with you.
No way. They earned $17,800. And the prize pot, guess how much money they have right now?
I want to say it was at like 100,000 or something this past episode.
Yeah,
like
$138,800.
Okay, well, cool, good. I just like they're gonna get to that amount anyway. Like they're gonna get to a big amount.
That was my friend's argument too. My friend was like, "You act like they're gonna get to the end and they're not gonna give them a big enough amount of money," and I was like, okay, maybe you have a point. Like,
well, not only that,
yeah, they're gonna get to the end, and Alan's like, and it's unfortunate you're all playing for $5. Like, what? No,
well, no,
they're not gonna allow that to happen.
Well, no, it's like the challenge. Like whenever they would do team challenges, and they'd be like $120,000 or something, but it's divided between like 6 people, so it's like only like what $5,000 a piece or something. But you won. And you get like a Mitsubishi stereo or home stereo that you can play some sick beats on, or like a massage chair. So like, and not only that, like all of them are getting paid way more than the actual prize pot is. Like, well above what the actual total is, which is like 200,000. Like 200,000 is like a quarter of what some of these people get paid to be on here.
Yes, yeah. We have,
that is true.
Timely, Vaseline 69, great name. Reportedly, Lisa got paid somewhere between 200 and 300K. Yeah, we were just talking about. I feel like a Boston Rob payout.
I was about to say that. Yeah,
too.
Boston Rob got paid 600,000. So,
Vaseline. Also, I remember you talking about the difference between them arguing about the air kiss and the actual kiss earlier. I don't feel like we did make that differentiation. It was that argument that it was an air kiss versus she actually kissed Jam Jam on the cheek, which is like, okay, whatever.
Sure.
Still not gonna be the argument. And it made me forget to bring up a point that Kristen Kish actually made on her Threads account. Is this where this from? Yeah. Where she's talking about this, the convo at the roundtable last night. Apparently Kristen said during this roundtable, didn't make it into the show, it's not the kiss. Why is everyone on the kiss? And then Candace said, how do you know? And then Kristen said, because we did HR training and that would never happen, which should end the argument right there for everybody. And also it made me go like, well, duh, because like, in what world would they say you have to kiss somebody in order to like, exactly. That would never happen on a show. In the year 2026 anyway. Maybe like early reality TV when they had no rules for anything yet. But did want to mention that. Thank you, Vaseline69. Great name.
Also, Bolt wanted to ask who from Big Brother 27 do we want to see on the Traitors?
Yeah, I marked it. I was just going to get through this other stuff first.
Okay, yeah, you're good.
Okay, let's talk about, I guess not the mission itself. Let's talk about the Dagger portion of all this, because the mission was just carry gold up a hill. whoever has the most gold gets to qualify to earn a right for the dagger. The dagger is a weapon that has been used multiple times on the Traitors. It has been used on the Traitors UK season 4, which is also still, is it still airing or is it over now?
It's over.
Okay, but they used
Who
it on
won?
this season. Don't know. Won't say, even if I did know.
I'm not done yet, so I don't want to know, actually.
But it was used in a different, it's been used very differently. This is not, it has not been used in the sense of like a tablet turnover, see if someone's lying or not, except for like one random international season, I think, when I was reading it. More often it's just used like, I think in the Traitors UK this season, they used it where the Traitors had the option to give it to anyone of their choosing, whether it was one of their own themselves or to a faithful, and it had to be used at the next round table. So
Well,
Mary
they've-
says it flopped. Mary, correct me if I was wrong on any of that too. I thought
Well,
that's
they
what I
played this
read.
type of game, not for a dagger, obviously, but they played it on Big Brother this past season.
Oh yeah, they did that's when the poisoned whatever. Everyone dressed in their very similar kind of to their banquet tonight,
Yeah.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like, they fizzed up and like murdered
Yeah.
or dead or
Mhm.
whatever.
That was the one that that was the
They
one
also
that
did
make you
this
wanna
on-
remember.
This is also done on Mr. Beast stuff, whatever. It's like,
I don't care.
well, it's just, come
I don't-
on,
I'm moving on.
Survivor Beast games.
No,
Right.
Survivor 50 Beast games. But anyway, at the end of this, we have 6 people that qualified for the next portion of the mission, which was to win the dagger. The dagger gives you 2 votes at a round table. The 6 people that qualified were oh my god, Colton, Eric, Mark, Natalie, Rob, and Steven, which is like when your challenge is for everyone to pack these rocks into a backpack and then run them up a hill, you're really only asking for those 6 people to probably compete for the dagger at that point, which was whatever. But we do get more of like Colton and Rob in this during the mission. We get more info that they're kind of seeing each other as their number ones, or Colton is at least seeing Rob as his number one. And then later on, we see Natalie say that Rob is her number one. And it's just like, there is nothing they're doing that is making me think Rob Rausch is going to not win this game handedly. Anyway, the tablet, unedited really. We watch everyone, or not unedited, it's very edited, but we get to watch everyone kind of like pick up their tablet, look at Rob. Rob asks them all the questions. He's doing this thing of like, I'm asking them things that I know the answer to or that they're going to be truthful about, and then asking him a lie and then deducting the difference. Anyway, I'm a genius. Whoa. He's right though, so I guess I can't I guess I can't knock on him too much. He did get it. But talking about Natalie more, not only did Natalie before this say that she murdered gamers in front of Lisa and Tara, but in this, it was like the most obvious lie in the world, apparently, to Rob Rausch during this. That's not it. Where are we? Here we go. But Rob Rausch very quickly determines that Natalie is lying to him and chooses her tablet, has the dagger on it, and then we move on. How was Natalie lying this poorly, if it truly was this poorly? Like, Nick, what happened here?
I wish I could tell you, but I really don't even know. Like, I feel like she, I don't think that Natalie is the lying type, I guess. Natalie maybe would not be the best traitor.
What are we saying about
Yes, she
Natalie
is.
Anderson then as a gamer if she can't lie?
She's a good liar, remember?
I'm kidding, Zach. It's a joke.
No.
If she was a good liar, she would be able to get out of this, though. That's what I'm saying. She flopped here. I don't know. Maybe she was having a bad day.
Yeah, maybe it was the hike that took her, or maybe
It was the
Maybe she was trying to-
altitude.
maybe she was trying to gain trust with Rob by like being like, because I saw obviously her biggest tell was she like sucked on her bottom lip and like licked her lips or whatever while she was saying no.
Well, yeah. They also, well, Rob says it because she couldn't look him in the eye while she was lying. And I thought it was interesting that they left the edit long enough during that moment to where her eyes looked away from Rob, even though that's not even when she was technically lying. But it was like, they really did try though. Zach, what did you think? I see Mary talking about this. What did you think about Rob's, not only his strategy with like determining who was lying, but that he just got to ask apparently as many questions as he wanted?
I feel like
King.
it makes. I feel like it makes sense in the time, like just like catching people off guard. It's like whenever you tell people say, "Fork, fork, fork," or like, then say "fort, fort, fort," and then they say, "What do you eat with? What do you eat soup with?" And then they're like, "A spoon," or something like that, or but they say fork instead, like something like that, where it's like something that they don't expect by asking them about things. I guess it makes sense, but I feel like it's also up to chance too, where it's like these people, all these people just could be really nervous and just like not be nervous in general and just have tics and stuff. So it's about reading faces, which, I'm surprised you didn't say, being on a snake farm, I'm used to snakes looking me in the eye and trying to deceive me. Or whatever.
Please.
You just made me remember during the mission when he was throwing those rocks at the urns to get more gold. And he was like, "Yeah, I grew up, and we had this creek that went by my house where I grew up, and I would go down there and just throw rocks at the water and trees, and so I'm really good at throwing rocks." And I was just like, "This would be the worst childhood story on The Amazing Race, but because it's here, it like is
It's
the only
giving.
thing that they have to go with. It's Rob,
It's-
so it's like, well, duh, I guess that is what he does."
It's giving when they tried to make us feel bad for or feel sorry for Savannah after she cut the chicken's head off, and then she was like, "I got bullied at work one time."
Just one time, I went to work, and just immediately, she's still covered in General Sal's blood, and she's talking about her workplace story.
And it's like out of nowhere, it's just trauma dump, and it's to Steven of all people. And Steven's like, "Okay."
Yeah. Anyway, space. But yeah, I hated this moment from Natalie. I thought I couldn't believe that she was actually the one lying after how obvious they were trying to make it seem. And I did also love Steven's strategy, which to just before he even picked up the tablet, just start going like this, just start shaking his head to be like, mm-mm, 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 and then put it back down. That's probably what I would do. Just be like, I'm just gonna immediately say no, and then just keep shaking my head. But if Rob gets to question you for a million hours on end, then I don't know.
If I got something, if I got it, what like just the blank card, I just audibly yell like fuck, or like just make a big scene and being like, "God damn it," or something like that.
Damn it, I have it. I hate this.
And then just Rob's just there like, snakes don't act like that.
Yeah, they should have all collectively just decided they were all gonna freak out, and whenever they looked at theirs, and that way they couldn't have Rob tell. But
Or they all
whatever.
just-
I kind of liked this anyway, so.
Or they all
I'm not
just
doubting it
hiss
too
and
much.
bite Rob.
Or that, whatever. The secret, the traitor, the true traitor.
Ooh.
I know. Anyway, Rob has the dagger. He's got 2 votes. He did not use the dagger at tonight's roundtable because there was no point to do that, and he has the opportunity to use it at any of the next 4, which is just like Paul handing out friendship bracelets. It feels like at this point. It's just like he's already easy enough for him. Apparently, let's make it even easier for Rob.
What is this? Alan's friendship daggers.
His friendship dagger. The friendship dagger would be kind of funny. Okay. So out of that, we have the Dagger 6 make a pact. Since they were the only ones there, they drove back to the castle together. They say, Rob tells them, "I trust y'all. I'm a faithful. I have the dagger." Anyway, which I don't think is a bad move. Obviously, you're going to use this power to build more trust with the faithfuls, especially when they're already so convinced you're a faithful, apparently. So Rob's just got even more trust with this group of people. full of people that I could easily see at the end of the game, and then one person, or I guess I shouldn't say that because there is one of them that's probably going to get murdered before the next episode, but like a good group of faithfuls to have your trust in, especially. So from there, everyone knows there's a pact. They're kind of upset about that. Steven's like, we're not telling anybody. I'm sorry. The Dagger 6 wants Lisa. Natalie comes in and is like, I think everyone's voting Lisa, but everyone's saying that Lisa's saying my name, and I'm like, what show are we on anymore? Because it just seems like between this and Natalie running up a hill with like rocks to place, it feels like we're back on the island a little bit.
We're watching Survivor.
Yeah.
Oh,
But after that's the round table. Anyway, go ahead, Zach.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh, we can come back to him.
I had a good thought.
After the round table, Colton brings up Jam Jam. Oh wait, no, never mind. This is during the round table. Afterwards, Colton is like, I came into this house, or I came into this game being scared of housewives, and now I just banished one, and is like so happy. We have the confessional where he's like, my game is redeemed. Maybe not my everything else is redeemed, but my game might be redeemed. and moving forward, and it's just like this episode definitely painted him as like a hero. After like Lisa got out, they definitely cut to him a lot celebrating with everybody as like this was all me, which I hate that the show is making it seem like that, because I don't know what that leads into. Then again, Colton's name is brought up, whatever. Before I'm getting too ahead of myself, should we just talk about Rob Rausch and Candace now?
Yes.
Is there anything else Dagger-wise, mission-wise to talk about? Not mission-wise especially, but like Dagger specific.
This is what I was thinking. It made sense for him to make that 6 in general anyway, because obviously if Natalie already knows who has it. So I feel like he just needed to do that anyway, just to incentivize the fact that they don't tell anyone. Because what's going to stop Natalie from saying, well, he has the extra vote? So, which she will, because she would be that type of player, just because she's like confrontational and stuff. So I feel like this was a good move on Rob's part too, and get a group together that, like, I honestly don't mind this group, mainly because it'd be funny if Rob got to the end with them. And, well, besides Colton, obviously, but it'd be funny if he got to the end with all of them, and then like they'd be like, oh, we're so faithfuls, like we have the dagger and everything like that, and then the red smoke goes, the game is not over. Someone doesn't believe that all of you are faithfuls, or something like that. And then it gets down to Rob and Colton, and we also didn't talk about how, like, during the challenge, like it was just funny to me how Rausch was like, my bag's heavy, and then Colton's like, here, let me get your bag, you can get mine at some point, we got each other's back. And then Colton's like, I just trust Rob, he's so faithful. Like,
Yep.
it was just funny.
Idiot.
Like if that's not the ending, I don't know what else. I feel like that's just like, I feel like that's just like poetic. Like, I feel like that's foreshadowing. Like, just be like, I know he has my back and I has his. That's why I'm carrying his rocks right now.
Yes, I know that's what Danielle Reyes, I think, was saying in her video that we showed a couple weeks, or last week too. Just wanting that ending, which wouldn't be awful. But okay, let's just go forward. Rob's got the dagger. He's got Lisa out. Just got Candace. Candace is very anti-Rob right now. Gonna run on the Rob anti-Rob campaign pretty much in this next episode. We see in the preview that they're even, talking, and she's like, you're gonna do what you gotta do, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. And we see even that a little bit after the round table, Candace finally bringing up, I can't trust Colton, but who's always next to Colton? Rob. And Johnny's like, yeah, I don't even think we can trust Rob anymore. And so maybe that'll turn into something. Maybe Johnny and his big magnificent 8 can get out Rob Rausch, even though I'm pretty sure that infiltrates the Dagger 6 at that point. So probably not that even. But Nick, I do want to know, what, I know there's been a lot of Rob Rausch glazing in the Traitors season 4, and in this very episode especially.
Just a bit.
Is there anything that you have seen from Rob Rausch that you are concerned about?
That I am
Or what is
concerned
the
about.
most? I'm sure there's got to be something. Like, when we talk about his arguments that he's made so far, have you felt like every time that he's brought up, whether it be, you know, if two people are talking and one person says something different, then one person's lying, or just what else has he brought up to people? I don't know. I feel like his logic, he always wants to bring the logic to the table, and we always talked about like how is it gonna come across to people when he does finally speak up a lot? Is it gonna be weird to people? So do you feel like he has been out of place with his words so far, or anything that would give people red flags? Or is he playing as perfect of a game as everyone in that castle seems to think he is?
I think it's interesting because I think we could see it differently than the people in the castle probably can. To
A little
me,
bit.
yeah, to me, Rob probably comes off as like the Pete of the season, if you will, or like the Dylan Efron, where like he just helped us get Lisa Rinna out. Like, oh my God, like this is crazy. But like I don't know if I like give him full ownership for Lisa Rinna either. Like that's the thing. Like he just voted her twice, and like I feel like the audience and like the editing has made it look like that because he's a traitor. But I don't think that like Rob was the one that was running around like rallying the votes to get Lisa out of the game.
Colton probably. Yeah.
Right. So like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just I guess my biggest hesitation with him is his love for Colton. That to me worries me just because we've seen how Colton is with people, and I guess like Colton is the right person that you want on your side because we see what it's like when he goes after people. But at the same time, like Candace's vote for Rob, that made me be like, I don't think Rob is sitting as pretty as we thought he was prior to that, if you will.
That was the thing that I feel like we were saying last week too. It's just like that is the thing with if you're gonna vote out a traitor and you are a traitor, you better hope they go out the first time you vote for them, because if they have a chance to talk and they have a chance to do all that, like it's much easier to be defensive about like everyone was piling on you as opposed to what Rob did, which he was the deciding vote that first time around. Or like if one other person had switched their
Right.
vote, he wasn't the deciding vote.
Yeah.
If someone else had switched their vote, it would have been Lisa that would have been out. So I think that really did a lot of damage to him, especially because he came back with the argument of just like, well, I couldn't do this. And then we saw him in this episode go up to the turret with Candace and just act very nonchalant again, just being like, how's it going? Like, Candace ain't gonna fly with
So
that. It's like,
nonchalant.
and when people
No.
talk about housewives not being gamers, they're not. So they're not going to react like gamers.
Like gamers.
Candace is not going to
Yeah.
be strategic with this. Hence her vote for Rob. Like people might
Exactly.
eventually think that. So I'm glad you brought that up because that has also
Exactly.
been killing me. Zach,
That vote,
anything-
I think, is a red flag.
definitely. Zach, anything about Rob? Any glaze for Rob?
I mean,
Glaze him some more for me, Zach, please.
once he gets Candace out, I feel like he's
It is gonna happen, isn't it?
yeah. I mean, I don't see a world where he doesn't get her out. I don't see a world where people aren't going to look at her like just see like Rob. Why the fuck did you vote Rob? He's the most traitor. He's the most faithful of the faithfuls. Like, how can you vote for him? Like,
But
everyone's gonna be glazing. You think we're gonna be glazing Rob? I think everyone in the castle is gonna be glazing Rob. Literally, Colton gonna be glazing him so much that he's gonna be a double glazed donut. Like, come on.
Double
Yep.
donut. I hate that. I think that once Candace gets banished, because I do think that that's going to happen, someone is going to think back to that vote and they're going to like clock it. And I honestly don't think Rob is going to win the game because of
I
that.
say they will. They didn't even pick up on the first murder in plain sight hint that that Alan dropped on him. So like, I don't know what they can actually pick up
True.
on or not.
True. Maybe I have too much faith in them.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, Candace does not really have a chance against Rob in my mind at a round table, but it doesn't really matter if she does or not, because if she continues to go after him, that means a lot. And then Rob will have to defend himself. And if he's now like starting to really clock 2 traitors in a row, like, I don't think people would just look past that. Like, you can only be so good. And I'm almost shocked that more people haven't clocked that Natalie has voted so well in this game so far too, as another point for getting her out. I mean, they
That
have the other
is.
points that they could say for
Yeah.
Natalie, but like she's 4 for 6 with her votes, which is either like she is the most accurate faithful of all time for this show, but like I don't know, I could see this cast also making that a negative point, just like they make everything else a negative point or a theory for them being a traitor. But yeah, I don't see Candace outlasting Rob, but I also don't see her like. I also don't see that as meaning that Rob could just easily win. Still, like if you do damage to other traders and they go after you, that's part of like the problem in going after your own traders. So people could easily catch on, even though this edit is not making it seem like he has any fractures so far.
I keep seeing annoying people on TikTok saying that it should be against the rules that the traders could vote for each other. And I think that
Fuck
that is
that.
the
No.
dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, literally, people on TikTok were so upset and were like, oh my God, it should be against the rules that the traders could vote for each other.
That's what
Look at
makes
the
this
name of
game
the show,
spicy.
honey. Like,
You can't.
Only in the turret
These
are
are-
they faithful.
These are the same people who probably think that fucking the bomb squad is the best Big Brother alliance of all time. Like literally, like,
stop.
no, you need to be faithful to your alliance. You need to be faithful towards each other. That's how games should be played. You can't lie in these games. Lying is against the rule. No, stop. I hate people that are like that. I hate people like you can't vote against people that you're. Yes, you can. Okay, if you wanna be a traitor as the game suggests to your own traders, let them do that. Which is why I should advocate like if there's a group of 3 traders and 2 of them decide to kill another one, I feel like that'd be good. Not gonna lie.
They can't kill a traitor. I think that that's a little ridiculous. But
Wait, wasn't there what's it called? There was like a lineup where they technically could have done that, right? Whenever they were in boxes, you know what I mean?
Oh, when they have like the death row.
Yeah.
I don't think they
No,
can actually.
they-
No, they
they
can't
still-
actually kill each other. That's not
It's
a
not
thing.
a vote. This traders still murder the person. They just
Yeah.
they just usually throw one of them in there to throw people off.
maybe like one traitor murder. Like they could be like, you can kill one of your own fellow traitors. Or do you dare be devious
good
enough
with
to
that.
be the traitors? to the
Yeah,
traitors?
that's such a. I hate that idea, Zach, and I think that needs
that's
to
some
be
Big
put to
Brother
bed
Twitch
immediately.
shit.
Yeah,
That's like the HOH can now be
because
undone
like
by
think
a
about it.
coin
If you're a traitor and you get murdered, what was the whole point of you even being on the show? Like,
Well, I feel like that's the part where alliances come into play, and if you're not being able to make like those ties with your other traders, like,
that's not the purpose of the show. Is to make alliances, to vote out traitors.
well, tell that to Colton.
That's why Colton's not winning, because Colton's
Yeah.
forming alliances instead of trying to get traitors
never
out.
said he was good at this. That's the point. He is. Yeah,
And
he
I
looked like a
I don't
double,
know.
but
I feel
he's
like we
still
need to
not.
add another layer because the main thing with the show that like is the biggest thing where it's like the traders just to get through the banishment. Like the faithfuls have to get through banishment and murders. Like I feel like there needs to be another layer, some type of layer added to make the traders game more not difficult. Oh yeah, more difficult, but like because they obviously know all. That's why I was talking about like a few weeks ago whenever I said bringing in like a third role where no one knows who it is and they're against the traders and the faithfuls. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just feel like it's like too complex. I like that the show is so simple. It's like they kill somebody and then they got to figure out who it is. It's a murder mystery. It's not supposed to be like a
It is
Big
a
Brother
murder
game. Like
It's
it's
not.
not,
It's like a big adding one more role.
That's
making
been my-
alliances, and I don't
how about
I don't
this?
like that. I feel like that like defeats the purpose of it. Like it's supposed to be to figure out who the traitors are,
Well,
and
it's
that's
the same,
it. It's called the
it's just-
traitors.
Well, it's the same thing as the secret trader, except for not giving them a short list. Where it's like it's the
What would they
I don't
do?
so their incentive is to kill who they could kill whoever. Like they don't.
So
They
two
don't
people die every day now instead of just
Not
so
two
two
people.
faithfuls get murdered every
Well,
single week.
Well, that's the make this game go faster and
No,
the game already.
it doesn't work.
Well, there has to be some type of something where they could like. It makes it where the traitors are shocked too if there was a murder or something like that. There has to be some type of that's the mechanic that like I'm thinking on. But like yeah, there's something like that. I don't know.
I don't see what the point of the show is if
Or-
we're just gonna keep adding
No, no.
more I like the secret trader. First off, I think that's about to the extent I'm willing to go with it for now. Like I think the secret trader could work in a group of people that don't know each other. Obviously they used it and they used the most obvious secret trader possible this year.
Yeah.
That's why I'm excited again for the civilian version, because that is the
Ooh.
form of the show that I prefer, because it's just people who don't know each other trying to figure out little like off moments of people that they don't know, and it's so much more entertaining to me than this with full of people who are already like, look at me their entire life on TV again, you know? Like I find it way more entertaining when it's just regular people looking to make some money, playing for money too. Oh my god, like nobody in this show cares about money. Are you kidding me? We have Colt and Underwood trying to be Dylan Efron. Like, that's what they're here for. It's either just someone that hasn't been on TV and is trying to be on TV again, and like, which is great for entertainment if you're trying to entertain me. But if you're sitting here being like, we need to have more layers for strategy in these traders, and like, I don't care about that for this show. And maybe that means I can't cover it on YouTube, but
Well-
like this isn't a strategic show to me. It is a show.
That's
where
how I don't.
anybody
Yeah.
at any point can say anything, and that will be logical to them to vote out someone as a traitor. And any
But
little
Mar-
thing can be interpreted every which way. It doesn't matter to me, but I want it to be
I
campy.
agree,
I just need to be campy without fucking stalkers and racists on the show.
Yes.
Well, Mary brings up a good point, though, kind of roasting Nick. I also do want to say, where Mary says the game is about alliances. Wait, she asks Nick, "Does the game end? Does the game end when you find all the traitors?"
No, because it never gets to that point. There's always going to be a traitor to find.
Well, that's the game doesn't end if you find all the traitors. The game is about alliances.
Because the
Finding
game
the
is
traitors
designed to
is
never get
irrelevant.
to the point where there is no traitors. So it's not about alliances. There's a reason why they don't cast a house full of Big Brother and Survivor and whatever other reality game shows that we watch on this. It's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be fun and campy and lighthearted, and it's not supposed to be we have alliances and there's voting blocks and there's third roles and all this other crap. It is the Traitors. It is a murder mystery game show. It is not supposed to be serious. And I'm tired of people acting like it's supposed to be something it is not.
That's what it's been. It's always been like there have been alliances and everything like that.
Yes, and it works, right? For certain occasions, like when you have CT and Trishelle who are able to get to a spot where like they could just banish everyone else and the two of them win together. Sure, that's a valid way of playing the game. I think that is absolutely correct. But to make like voting blocks and to have like, I just feel like we're looking to make this show something it's not. It's not supposed to be Big Brother. It's not supposed to be Survivor. It's not supposed to be whatever it is that we like. It's the Traitors. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Like, I don't know what to tell people.
Yeah, I also don't
like
agree
it.
with like the alliance structure, because like at any point, well, even just in Johnny's Big Eight, there is a traitor in that alliance. So, like,
Exactly.
if the goal is to just vote off people, that's fine. But you're telling me that you're willing to have traitors in your alliance. That doesn't mean you're very willing, or I don't know. It doesn't seem very front facing that you're ready to vote out traitors. It just means that you're ready to vote out anyone but you, which can be a faithful strategy, sure.
Sure, but it's not going to win you the game.
And then at any point, you yourself could turn into a traitor, or any one of your alliance members could turn into a traitor if you do happen to be successful. So who are you really trusting at any? I just don't understand. Like, if you can form alliances, that's fine, but it's not the same kind of structure in my mind, because at any point, someone could turn the leader of your own alliance could turn into the traitor. Someone that's on the bottom of your alliance could turn into the traitor, up until literally like the final 5. Like, so I don't get that at that point. Like, unless I don't know. Maybe I'm not
Mary,
saying any of this perfectly,
Mary's
but I
saying
also
that
just
the
don't understand
game.
why this is why.
I know. Mary's saying the game should end when they find all the traitors, but we don't. They don't
Oh.
know who the traitors are. That's the point of the show. You don't know who
Okay.
everyone's role is.
I see
So
what
like
you're saying, Mary.
I do see what Mary's saying, and like I understand that, right? Because like I guess it should get to that point where it's like, okay, there's no more traitors left, so like what are we doing? But I think that the show is designed so it never has gotten to that point. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I've watched all of like the international ones, and there's never been a point where there's not been a traitor. I think that the closest thing was last season when we lost Brittany going into the fire ceremony, right? And they all just voted to end the game at that point anyways. But I think that you got to keep in mind that they don't know each other's roles. So they don't know that they're getting out, especially like at that point too, when Brittany goes, she doesn't reveal that she's a traitor. So they don't know if they're all
Like,
faithfuls or not.
Isn't it like the last 2 or 3 round tables where the role isn't revealed or whatever?
Yeah. So it's like they don't know if there is any faithfuls, or they don't know if there's any traitors still left in the game or not.
Yeah.
I think if you want to go like that, maybe that's another way of spicing it up, I guess. I don't know, but I think that like I think that people want to make it like something it's not.
I agree.
I just want to add another role to make it like.
Well, you want Mafia as a TV show. That's what that sounds like to me. And this isn't Mafia.
Well, not fully Mafia. Like, I don't want an investigator or anything like that. I just want to add another role to make the game a little bit more difficult for the traders.
I think they have the most difficult role as the traders. They have to act the entire time like they are something they're not. And you want that to be harder?
I mean, you have people on Big Brother acting like they like each other 24/7. I feel like
that's so different. You can't compare it to Big Brother.
No. Even though, yeah, if anything is for sure about Traitors and Big Brother, they do not cooperate with each other. If we've known anything about these shows interacting, the only way we're not going to have Big Brother completely fail at Traitors is if 1, we have Nicole Franzel on this show, or 2, it's a cast of all Big Brother players. Those are the only 2 options. Mary said, didn't on Australia season 1 by episode 7 all OG traders were gone? I think by the end of episode 1 they already got a traitor off in Australia.
They did, and the premiere they got it. They hit a traitor. Wow, I can't speak. They hit a traitor the first round table in the first Australian season.
It's such a good season, by the way, y'all. I don't want to spoil.
I agree.
I mean, it's awful. It's a terrible show, but like in the best way. It's peak Traitors to me. But yes, I think all the OGs kind of went off very quickly, but it's still so fun. And then, well, I don't want to spoil the rest of that season. It's a good one. But that does bring up like another point. It's like that recruited traitor, and maybe we can talk about who we want to get recruited because people have been asking.
It was,
that.
I think it was Mary that asked it.
But like the recruiting part of the season, that's when it really gets to the point where I'm like, this show doesn't really. Like the ending of it doesn't really matter that much when we can judge, like, I don't know, we can rank so many winners based on everything they did as a traitor, and then there's no one way to win as a traitor. And I think like the fact that you can be a traitor only halfway through and then get to the end, I think that's a way easier and like way more appealing path for people, that it almost makes me feel like, okay, then what's the point of even wanting to be a traitor at the beginning? So like, I don't know, there's so many things that go into it that make me think, oh, it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't really matter. It's just a fun Mafia game. But
it's not Mafia.
It is. It is. Like Jameson said, it is. It kind of is Mafia.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's talk about who we want to get recruited, because I don't think we'll see it immediately. We might have one more episode. I mean, assuming we're gonna have one more episode with just Rob and Candace. I don't know. It didn't seem like we were hinting at a recruitment starting the next episode, which is why I say that. So assuming we may end the next episode with a recruitment, or maybe Candace somehow gets eliminated in this next roundtable and we have a recruitment. Who is most likely, you think, out of the pool of people left, to be recruited? Let's stay with the scenario of, well, I don't know. You think Rob and Candace are going to recruit together, or do you think we're waiting until one of them is gone to recruit?
I
have a feeling
Bean, that is my
next
worst
episode.
nightmare of them recruiting Colton. That is literally my absolute worst nightmare.
That is 1,000,000% who's getting recruited if Candace gets.
Stop it! No, Barrett, don't do this to me.
I also am scared that like if they did do it with Rob and Candace still in the turret. Also, by the way, Jimmy Hagerty spelling turret like Tourette's, like the syndrome on Twitter.
Please,
Sorry, I gotta shade Jimmy every time I get him. But like, if
okay,
it's Rob and Candace up there, with, like recruiting someone, it could be like maybe Candace says, "I get to choose who to murder." No, she's not gonna let Rob recruit, so never mind.
No, because they'll murder or recruit, so it has to be one or the other.
Duh. Sorry.
But won't they keep on like
so they might not even.
Well, a bit like every week they'll be like, you can recruit or murder. You can recruit or murder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's assume. Okay, maybe we'll just make this an all-around prediction for murder/recruit. So like recruiting, if it's both of them up there, it's not going to be Colton because they're going to have to come to an agreement. I see, Mary, you're saying Natalie would be the most neutral. I could see them picking Natalie just for the fact that Natalie has votes on her already. Candace, who will Candace push for?
Dorinda?
I have no idea.
Maybe Dorinda, just because housewife. But then again, like if she recruited Dorinda, they got Dorinda out, maybe you could convince people like, oh my God, that's as many housewives as there were. And that would look better on Candace. But if she recruited Dorinda just to murder her or just to banish her or try to get her banished or to use as a shield, in the sense of votes, not the actual traitor shield.
God,
or she's just trying to get a number to fight against Rob R.
Yeah.
I think that my worst nightmare is Rob recruiting Colton and the two of them turning on Candace together.
Yeah, that's what I like. But I have a hard time seeing Candace agreeing to getting Colton up there unless she sees Colton as an easy person to get out. And
maybe Rob, Moira.
They'll vote him out. They're already onto it.
So I think, honestly, I don't think that they're going to recruit first. I think that they're going to murder.
Yeah.
And then maybe recruit.
Mm-hmm.
I think, okay, I'm going to make a prediction. Is that okay? Or do you want to do that later?
Please do. We can
okay. Okay. I think that Eric is going to be the murder victim. And then Candace.
Perfect ears?
Yes, the perfect ears. And then I think Candace will get banished at the round table.
Okay.
No.
Wait, then are you saying who I think you're saying is going to get recruited?
Yes.
Ew. Okay. Then, Zach, what do you think?
And then that happens. And I don't want to speak it. Me and Mary on the same page, despite not being sometimes. Love you, girl.
I came into this game thinking that I was going to be the star of the field, but now I'm turning coat and I'm joining the enemy team. Just this isn't like football. I'm in unknown territory in this field.
Oh God.
But I have to make that tackle and get the rest of these people out. So me and my teammate Rob can go all the way to the Super Bowl, i.e. the fire ceremony. I see Eric getting chopped.
I wish Kristen was on Chopped. That would have been great.
That would have been really funny, actually.
I can see Eric or even Mark getting taken out because they're people that neither Candace nor Rob R has. Well, Rob R is in the 6, right? With
6, yes.
Mark.
He's also in Johnny's big grade 8.
Yeah.
So, would Rob want to go for someone that's in that 6? Because Eric's in that 6 too.
Well, that's the thing. I think he can give up a person. He's going to have to, if they're going to come to a consensus.
Or they could just say Johnny. Neither of them are working with Johnny.
Wait, can I? Okay,
no,
so
Candace is absolutely working with Johnny.
Let's break this down, ladies. So who is in the 6? It's Rob.
It is Rob. It is Steven. It is Natalie. It is Mark. It is Eric and Colton. And
Okay.
wait, is that 6?
And then, yeah, that is 6.
Got it.
And then the people not shown in the promo are
yes.
Mark, Steven, Tara, Eric, and Colton. So there's 5 of them that are not shown.
We
And
can
so,
already say Colton's no way.
I think they're gonna
right.
take out Tara.
She's not in the 6, right?
She's
No,
not,
she's not.
but she's a part of Nick's cracked theory that Johnny and Tara are going to get to the end of the game together.
But then, yeah, like we haven't seen like what the purpose of her and John. I mean, maybe there is none, and like the show
They
just
haven't
like
played
purpose
together
was-
yet.
Maybe
We
I'm
haven't seen them
just-
finally play
Her
together.
only purpose was, Natalie, give me the antidote.
that. I guess so.
Dorinda, I saw you giving me turkey eyes or whatever she said at the banquet.
Her only purpose was, Natalie, give me the antidote. Just like I'm going to be giving reports during the Winter Olympics airing soon on NBC.
I cannot.
Make sure to tune in as me and Johnny give all the details on all the skating events on the Winter Olympics.
I'm not lying. I've seen more of Tara Lipinski in that NBC commercial with her and Johnny than I've seen her in the Traitors so far. And I think the only things that I can think of are what you just said, Zach, in the other episode where she's just watching Lisa and Rob play chess. That's about all I got for Tara Lipinski in my mind for this season of the Traitors so far. Sorry, Tara Lipinski. What has she done? Gold medalist. Besides that,
I've also heard
mean
that
in
she's mean.
Traitors.
I heard that she's mean whenever she's sportscasting too. So it's not like
I've seen a lot that Johnny and Tara are mean people when they commentate, but
exactly. So
Oh my god,
they're
that's
just getting some
right. I forgot
commentation
about
back.
that. That they were like not liked in the figure skating world.
the figure skating world, specifically the TV watchers, are not big fans. Also,
Oh,
Zach,
I know that
the
they're
fact that
seething at this.
when Colton sat down with Johnny and was like, I'm gonna compare football to figure skating or whatever he said. I was like, I just wanted to throw something at the wall. Like, I'm tired.
awful.
There is nothing that we can compare to football and figure skating and this game of Traitors. Can we stop doing that? Like,
I can.
please.
So on the rink, it's ice cold. You're competing. You have people trying to break your legs, and there
No,
are
you
snakes.
don't.
Are you
Oh, in
lying?
football?
I'm talking about in ice skating.
People trying to break your legs? Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
That's not
what's her
very-
face.
You're talking about Tanya Harding and
Yeah.
I can't remember who the person that actually got attacked's name was.
The other person.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you have people trying to break your legs. Snakes all in the grass. Well, it's just like off the ice. It's that cold-blooded people in here that I'm dealing with, especially those who handle snakes, who are used to the cold bloods, i.e., Rob. See, perfect.
Nancy Kerrigan. Thank you, Jameson.
Nancy was the one who broke the leg, right? Or got her leg broken?
Yeah. Tanya's boyfriend, or I can't remember. I can't remember the story exactly. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, we should have talked about that instead of football and the Traitors, probably. Okay, what did Rob mean by it could be a turret full of housewives after they've already gotten out Donna, as far as they know? What did he say
That
that
was
for?
so dumb. And Portia was also banished and was not anything. But like, let's ignore that. Like,
Yeah.
Well, that was rounds
it could
ago.
be a
Like,
turret?
we're talking about now. Maybe he's just trying to be like, it's an all-women turret or something.
That's the
and, like,
only thing that had to be it. Because
Yeah,
otherwise
so
you'd
he's
just be
like-
like,
I think he's starting to throw that target on Candace. Is what he's doing.
Candace and Dorinda and I don't
That's
know. Is
it.
Maura married?
No, Moira's not married.
could you see like if we have bad recruiting strategy, if like Candace and Rob come together and are just like, how about we recruit Moira as someone that nobody would suspect and has a vote against her? Never mind, she does after this
She
roundtable
does.
from
She
Dorinda.
does.
But could you see that potentially being like a middle ground option for them if they do recruit and both of them are still up there?
Yes. Oh my God, wait. And then Rob and Moira win together.
I don't want her to be a traitor because I don't
I
think
feel like
it's a
she'd be
good
so
pick.
bad. Like, I
Yeah.
love her. Like, she's my girl, but she would not be able to, like, act right. Like, oh
Yeah.
no.
Come
I don't
on, Nick, have some faith.
I do want to see her
No, I
reaction though to
don't.
like Rob being a traitor. I think that would be very
Me
fun. But then
too.
after that,
That's what
I'd
I
be like,
want.
mm.
Yeah.
But I
Rob,
don't think they should
you're
pick
a
her though for
traitor,
strategy
or no?
purposes.
You're a traitor. Wait, how'd she say it?
I
You had a
can't.
week.
I know. I gotta find the traitors. Yeah, traitors.
That's
Yeah.
better. Mora had a big hat in this episode. Sorry if hat's a bad term, but it was a big hat. So
It was a
something to
big
point out as
hat.
well. Very big
Yeah,
hat.
Nick, can you explain your girl, please?
I don't know why she was wearing that. That I can't explain.
It looked like a
I do
flying
think-
saucer.
Just to like say a quick thing about Moira in the flying saucer, like I do think she could get to the end of the game still. Like I don't see any reason why they're gonna be like Moira. Only Dorinda so far has had a problem with her, and Dorinda's argument was dumb, I thought. So I could see Moira easily skating to the end, especially if Rabar has no intention on murdering her.
Skating to the end.
Skating oh well no
Oh my God. Ice skating
No.
to the end.
Oh my God. Is that Johnny and Tara's? Can we call it? Is that their alliance name? Skating to the end?
Yes.
We're going to refer to them as that.
Figure haters.
So we have Johnny's Big Eight, and the core of that is skating to the end. We'll make our
Yes.
own alliance chart. Okay.
Wait, something else that we didn't talk about real quick. Mark's traitor tattoo that he got. And what the
Thank
heck
you.
does that mean? Because why is this man who barely said 2 words getting a traitor's tattoo? Is he getting murdered this week? Is he winning the whole show? I can't tell because it's driving me crazy.
By that same logic, does he have 30 Dancing with the Stars tattoos?
I don't
for
know.
every
I don't
season.
know any.
He's covered like Terrence was in season 24.
God.
It's mandatory.
th-
Like it's in his contract that he has to get a tattoo of every season that he's on.
I started off, it's a bad habit, truly. But like, yeah, you're right, Nick. I don't know why someone would just get a tattoo of a show that they didn't do at least fairly well on. So I do think
Right?
it's at least worth pointing out that maybe Mark Ballas does get to the end. And also that would confirm that he doesn't get murdered in the next episode for us, and it would be Eric. I also realized I didn't give my predictions for any of that either. And unfortunately, Nick, I think I would copy you as well, and Mary, in picking Eric as the murderer. And then if Candace gets the roundtable banishment, then Colton is the recruit. What I hope doesn't happen is like well, I don't know. What is the tattoo?
I don't know. I was trying to find it, but I found this.
It's a Traitors Taco Bell mashup tattoo.
I can't find it. I was trying to find it.
It's the dagger and that big old bell. Okay. Maybe. No, I'm not gonna go into that prediction. I was gonna say maybe Colton gets banished at the round table miraculously next episode, since they're thinking about going after him anyway.
And then he
Or
reveals his
Johnny
own
was.
tattoo.
Stop.
Yeah. So that could also happen as well. We could actually have no Colton Underwood by the end of next episode. Who knows? I think that's also
you-
worth talking about.
Would you rather get a Mark edit where you hardly have anything, or Rob Sestron, where you get like quite a few confessionals, but only make it like 2 or 3 episodes?
That's a good question. I think I would assume like I would eventually get airtime. Like I think that's how it always works. So, Traitors does have some randos where you're like they just didn't end up in the show. Going back to Australia, oh my god, there's literally like 3 people who are in a lot of that season who just don't get on screen because of like what was happening during the show. They were crazy and they couldn't edit them into it. Weird season. Anyway. But so like I don't know. Most of the time in the show, if they're not showing up that much, eventually they are gonna like have confessionals and stuff. I mean, I would argue that if Rob Rausch was a faithful, we would not be seeing any of him.
Probably. Why?
Because
I don't know
it feels that his edits sometimes and his confessionals are like pulling teeth. It feels like for them, like it doesn't seem like he wants to talk a great amount.
Feels like he's throwing rocks in a creek. Yeah.
Yeah. If Colton wins, he has to give Cassie Randolph half. Yes. How about all of it? Please.
So I think that this is his tattoo video, and it looks like a heart with like a dagger going through it that he gets on his chest. Here, I'll try to
Okay.
skip forward a little bit more, but like it's like right there, and like you could see like on the laptop up there.
Gotcha.
That's a pretty big
All right.
tattoo for like the amount of airtime he's been getting. Ain't
he
that
had a
shady? Like I saw that and I was like, what is this? Because I wouldn't be getting a huge Big Brother key tattooed on my chest if I was this quiet on the show.
Maybe
I mean, maybe I
he
would,
was just happy
but-
with his 7 episodes. You fucking would. But like, maybe he's
Maybe I
happy
would.
with his 7-episode run. You know, maybe he was like, "That was good enough for me." I
More
never
than
thought
all
I'd
of his
even make it
seasons
this
on
far.
Dancing with the Stars. Like that's crazy.
You can dance with a lot of stars, but you can only be traitorous. Well, I guess in this case, he wasn't even traitorous.
He
Never
wasn't.
mind.
But you can only play with Colton and Michael Rappaport in one show.
Yeah. Oh no.
Goodbye.
Don't mention that name. We finally got rid of him. Nick Firmstone in chat says that they're missing the live chat this time and gonna have to watch the recording. Well, I will take this opportunity to say Nick Firmstone did give us an official Bronte stat again today, and I'm having to go back up to the top because I thought I started, but I know where it is. Nick Firmstone said earlier in chat, Jam Jam screaming when he was murdered reminded me how I screamed when Bronte revealed her secret that she is a secret aspiring mathematician who wants to use prime numbers to fight hackers. Anyway, everybody, that's been your Bronte BB18 stat of the week. Thank you, Nick Firmstone, for that. Okay.
I cannot.
Vaseline says, I still think Colton is the murderer next episode.
That would be gaggy. Like I would come back here next week and be like, I have no idea what is going on. None.
What? Okay.
Mark maybe
only-
Mark is winning. Like that's what I would say.
Yeah. Only thing that doesn't make me say that is just because like they showed so much of Colton after that round table being like, I'm thinking Steven. Like, why would you
Yeah.
specifically have him
Yeah.
showing Steven of all people if you're not gonna have him like do that in the next episode? I don't know. I mean, like it could happen totally. It'd probably be a bigger. I'd probably react much bigger than I did for Jam Jam's murder if that was the case, though. Like, I just don't see it happening with the way
Ooh,
they've
I
positioned
like-
him in the series.
I like Mary's comment. Sorry. It says
Yeah, go read it.
about the potential. So Mary says, so the potential winners are either Rob and Colton together as traitors or Johnny, Tara, Mark, Kristen together as faithfuls. Oh
Not
God, I could totally
Moira
see
not getting
either
in
of those.
either of those. Come on.
No, because Moira's either going to be like the dumb faithful that Rob takes to the final two, but now I think that that's going to be Colton if he doesn't recruit him. Oh God, I
Yeah.
don't like that.
Okay. I'm going to offer a different prediction for the next episode just to have some variance. Maybe one of us can be completely right. I am going to say that they're going to choose to murder. I'll still stick with Eric as the murderer, but I'll switch and I'll say Colton is the banishment on next week's.
Ooh, I'd be so happy, Barrett. Don't get my hopes up. Like,
Yeah, don't get our hopes up, Barrett.
And then I think they'll recruit. And then I might steal a little bit from Mary earlier and say Natalie would be their recruit. Maybe Natalie looks more shady this next episode, or it gets votes again, and they just want to pull her in. Because why pulling the aggressive faithful in as a traitor, I think would be very entertaining and wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, considering she's already got votes anyway for people. And then she's bad at lying. She's already proven that. So send her out there, see if she can lie to everyone now that she's a traitor. See how she switches her energy. I think that might throw a lot of people off. Or the people remaining, it might suss them out, especially if Natalie flubs at lying like she did in the Dagger challenge.
What am I next? I have to guess.
I thought you already did. No, you didn't officially. It was just
Not
like,
officially. I think that I feel like Johnny's gonna get taken out. Either Johnny, what?
I don't know why you think that.
I just want him out. I either want him or Tara out. So
Oh, okay.
one or the other. I feel like they're just not going to be able to come to consensus, and then they're just like, well, then I guess we'll take out Johnny or something, or something like
But
that.
Johnny's the one who said that he didn't trust Rob, so I just don't think.
Did he
Candace
say
would
that to Candace?
agree to that. Yeah, he said, "I don't even
Oh.
think we can trust Rob anymore." At the end of that episode.
Candace hasn't been very strategic this season. So I'm not-
Yeah.
But
So-
I don't know. That seems like a big reach. Also, sorry, keep going.
But I'm going to say that Johnny gets murdered, and then I think Candace is going to get banished.
Okay. All right.
And then I
votes for
think-
Candace to get banished.
And then I think Rachel Riley and Janelle are going to come in soon.
Right.
Okay, perfect. Well, I mean, we can bring Kate back again. Who knows?
That was
Oh my
really
God, I
random.
forgot
about
that- I did too. That was so random.
It came
They were
back and
so
then she got
silly that day.
recruited.
Do you
Out of all
think?
people.
Do you think Rob's going to use the dagger next round table?
maybe if my theory about like getting Candace out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be Candace v. Colton, maybe for
Mhm.
votes potentially or something, and maybe Rob has to use the dagger to get Candace out for sure. That would be quite entertaining. But I mean, honestly, if as long as Rob knows it's not him getting out at the round table, does he just keep holding on to that? He's got 4 round tables. to
I would
work
keep
with.
hanging on to it. You never
I mean,
know
even if
what
it
could
is-
come up in those 4 round tables, honestly. So
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think so too. Even if it is come down to like a Candace Colton vote, I wonder if he would even think about just keeping it anyway for that too, just to not put another target on his back with trying to get someone out
that would be
who ends
smart
up
of
being a
him.
traitor. You know,
Yeah,
Mhm.
that would be really smart of him. So I don't know.
one
I
thing
definitely
we
don't
haven't really
think-
mentioned.
Candace's life is long for this game.
No, it
That's
certainly
all.
doesn't feel like that in the show anyway.
Mm-mm.
One thing we haven't really mentioned is like they in recruiting they do have the ability to turn down the recruitment. I see Bean bringing that up with like Peter, turning down the recruitment. So like
But I thought it
bringing up Natalie again, you could see her turning that down. Just to be
Natalie
faithful.
would be that bitch to be like, no, I'm a
think so?
faithful.
Isn't there
Mm.
wasn't there a sense where like if you turn this down, you get murdered?
That's if there's only one traitor left. They do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then Kanik is banished, and Rob's the only one left.
Then he forcefully
Then
recruits
him
somebody.
and Colton will both win the game together. Yes.
But Natalie,
Ugh.
would Natalie get murdered still, or would she take it? She would definitely take it.
I
Natalie
think
would take it
would
over
be a
getting
traitor.
murdered.
I think Natalie would be a traitor regardless. I stick with that.
I hope. Okay, that would really redeem the season for me.
She like just think how you're Natalie Anderson. The brands are watching. The gamers are watching. You know,
The brands are watching.
you think she's gonna get an offer to be a traitor on the show The Traitors, and she's just
Okay.
gonna say no?
Maybe you're right.
Like it turns into peer pressure at that point. You know,
Maybe points were made.
But yeah, I could see that happening. I don't see many people turning down to be a traitor unless your name is Stephen Coletti on this cast. TBH. Or Tara.
What about
probably.
Johnny?
Johnny I could see Johnny being a traitor.
What
Bolton
about
definitely
Barrett?
would. Dorinda definitely would. Mark for sure would. I see
Would
some
Barrett?
Mark traitor talks. Would
I think anyone
Yes.
would accept it.
Yeah.
No, I definitely would.
Did we
Depending.
Speaking
But if anyone's on the show with me, I definitely would.
Right.
for sure. Did we have a dog food ad in this episode?
Oh
I
yeah,
thought
we
it was
did.
your ad in the middle of your episode.
cheats, the traitor cheats or whatever. I didn't know
Yeah,
they
the
had dogs in the
bits,
castle.
I must have blanked this out of my memory because I don't remember any of what you guys are speaking about.
Yeah, I see Mary talking about the West commercial. It just made me remember that in the middle of the episode, there was like a dog food ad in the castle. It was like really weird. Didn't like
That's
it.
interesting.
Didn't like it at all. I hope that's not the future where we just are in the middle of a round table and then we'll cut to Alan like doing an ad deal next to the round table. Like
Or
I don't know.
they're eating like they have a big bag of, or they're opening up a bag of, oh, I'm so hungry. Let's eat a bag of Tostitos. Or they're like, it's so thirsty after this long workout. And like, let's open up a can of Sprite or Buble.
This was a really difficult vote for me, but before I reveal my vote, I have to take a few seconds to mention my new sponsor, NordVPN. Alan, you would love NordVPN. You could pretend you're in Scotland. You could pretend you're in America. Anywhere. I just wanted to ask about the dog food stuff because I want to make sure everyone's seeing that and that wasn't just like a me thing. What else do we want to talk about with this episode of The Traitors? Oh, wait. I did have another question starred. Don't answer that. We answered who's going to be recruited. Bean asked, will Faithfuls or Traitors win this season now that we've seen 7 episodes? I think that I think Faithfuls got this season from what I've seen. Only if Rob Rausch went. What? Wait. No, I can't say that. Rob Rausch is going to win. I have to stick with that. I haven't been convinced otherwise. What do y'all think?
I think Rob's winning. Alone.
Sam.
I think Rob's gonna win. I don't know if it's gonna be alone, but he's definitely gonna win.
All right. There you go. Next question. Bolt Corpse asked way earlier, who from BB27 would you want to see on the Traitors? We can only pick one right now. Maybe we can expand on it in a second, but right now only choose one. And not the one that's already been on.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Oh, that took me a minute there.
forgot
I'm not gonna lie.
I
That was
forgot
good. That was
Kelly-
good.
I forgot that Kelly was on.
Yeah, I forgot Ava was on last season. Morgan. I mean, there's no. I don't even.
Why'd
have
you
to
take
think.
mine? Ashley.
You sat there and said like 20 times. You could have said Morgan.
Okay.
Well, I was going to, but then you literally took it right out of my mouth and said it.
MORGOD, more God baby.
More God.
But I'm gonna go Ashley.
Good choice. Both
I think that's a
good
great
choices.
choice.
What
What about you, Barrett?
So
you
never
can't
would I
copy
want
us.
this person on the cast, but just imagining Housewives going at Vince Panaro has me like a little bit curious. But I wouldn't want him as the sole representation as BB27.
No.
That would be ridiculous. But seeing
Him
him
as a
having
traitor?
to,
Mm-mm.
he would be out episode 1. But like, oh god, I think Morgan and Ashley would be great. Can I see anybody else on?
Amy.
Oh my God. I thought of another answer.
Mm,
Oh my god, I know who you're gonna say.
You do know who I'm gonna say.
Lauren.
Yes.
I fucking knew it.
I would love to see Lauren be like the.
Shut up.
Stop it!
Stop
No.
talking. You don't get to talk about Traitors anymore.
I wasn't thinking of her. I was thinking of
I want to see Lauren make a decision.
I was thinking of
I don't know who to vote. I think they're both traitors.
In the same sense, you have to
Um,
make her a traitor because it's like Rob Rausch. It's like there's no point in making him a faithful because he ain't gonna do anything. So have Lauren be a traitor and just see what happens. But
See,
no,
I was
not
thinking
Lauren.
I was thinking you were gonna
Yes.
say gosh, what's her name?
Wow, what's her name? Now I'm insulted with whoever it is.
Is it Caitlin? Is that her name?
Catherine?
Catherine, yes.
Oh my
my
God, go
God.
away.
Oh man, I feel like you were even a cat stan at one point. That's shocking.
Me?
That
I
you
mean,
forgot her name just now.
Well, she was okay.
She's sad.
Yeah, she was sad.
Just to be different from y'all, I am gonna say Kelly. And
Ew, Barrett.
Ew,
Stop talking. crying.
Why would you?
Sorry. I forgot. I was getting
Kelly
into
wouldn't
TikTok
even
right
know what the Traitors was. She wouldn't have any idea of what was going on.
She would
Do
say.
Some people on this show know what's going on.
No. You're right.
She would be the first Big Brother player who is probably the most clueless on that show. So
Yeah.
maybe that would bode well. Maybe that's what we need.
That's what we need to get our rep better. We need to throw in Kelly. Maybe not everyone
Shake
from
things
Big
up.
Brother is as smart as we thought they were.
That's the thing. We need to put our least favorite players from Big Brother in the castle. I don't know why we keep trying to put like all of our nostalgia into the castle because we're just going to be heartbroken. We need to put Kelly Jorgensen. We need to put.
We need Big D.
Yes. Yeah, see, that's the thing. We can't pick people we like hate either, or like people that we can't stand to watch. It's just like entertaining people that we're Angela Murray,
Exactly.
obviously, who is who I would pick. I
Right.
love Angela Murray though, so I mean, maybe I don't.
Izzy, like, come on. Izzy would be perfect. Like,
Yes. Yeah. Ree needs to mention Izzy. You know? I feel like we've talked about other seasons, but I like y'all's picks for BB27 more than I like my pick, truthfully. But
that's okay.
I feel for chaos reasons, I think that would be the only other person I could think of that would be entertaining to me, at least. I don't want to watch Keanu on the Traitors. That would be stupid. I don't want to watch
seen him
Ava.
on Mafia.
Yeah, which we've determined is basically the same thing. Okay. Imagine Jackson Mickey on the no. I mean, I weirdly wouldn't put it past them at this point after their other choices in terms of putting them on the show at least. What else do we want to go over with the Traitors before we reconvene next week? Anything?
Trying to think of anything else. I feel like we covered it pretty well.
Yep. Still a lot of people we don't know a lot about, and no point in talking about them if they're not going to tell us. So
That was shady, bitch.
Dorinda, sorry, you're not doing anything. I know who you are. You were on last season. I haven't seen you do much yet this year. I'm very sorry. And Mary called her Doritos earlier, and I liked that a lot.
Oh my god. I cannot. Maria.
I don't think I had any other. I mean, I didn't even show really my slide that I had for like the round table later on. But we didn't really watch Lisa's reveal. But I didn't think this was a very impactful round table either. But I did make this slide, everybody. But multiple people called her an icon and a legend when voting her out. And I was like, okay, why are we repeating each other? And why are we leaving repeats in the edit? And then also the song that they played at the end of the round table was just an icon falls. And I was like, did they specifically record these for these moments?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
Really?
And I was like, is it
Definitely.
AI? Is that a real person?
Come on down to the valley, or whatever they say.
I don't know
Yeah.
what the words are. I never know what they are.
Follow me down into the valley.
Okay. Can I say something else real quick?
Please do.
Because
No.
this screenshot just reminded me of it. Someone needs to style her. Because what are we doing?
Yeah. I
Wait,
don't
you
know.
don't like the nickel suit?
She's wearing high heels with leggings, a bra, and a jacket. Where are we going? I still liked it because I love her. But someone made a TikTok who was like, I don't watch Survivor, so I don't know who she is, but what is she always wearing? And ever since I've seen that TikTok, I cannot unsee Natalie's outfits and how bad they are. I'm
Even though
sorry.
She also admitted that she murdered everybody while she was in that outfit, which was also not great.
In her high heels and leggings and her bra, she's out here murdering everyone.
Natalie. Now she has to be recruited to be a traitor for it. It just has to come full circle.
She
now.
needs to wear the cloak, cover up. But whatever that is, over you.
After
Because
this
I don't
episode,
like
I
it.
can see Natalie accidentally putting on the cloak and going to breakfast or something and being like, "Oh shit, What is this doing on me? And they'd be like, Natalie, can we not have one good gamer? Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna find out this in the stream. I don't think we got anything else. We're talking about Natalie's outfits and shit.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm scared.
This is Nick City's worst nightmare. What will
That's-
he do?
That just like triggered me. Like my body went to fight or flight mode.
Really sorry about that. Oh wait, I can't even. Y'all tell me when Islands in the Stream is playing. I can't hear it for some reason.
It's playing.
Good. Don't know why I can't hear it right now, so this is weird. Thank you everybody for watching us today, whether you're here live or whether you are not here live. As always, anyone in the chat, thank you so much. If you want to like this video, that would help a ton of other people, or maybe a few other people, find us next week. Feel free to do that. If you want to subscribe to the channel, find us on audio only. If you're into that, all those other links are in the description below. Oh my god. Feel free to check those out. We're on Discord, Instagram, Facebook group, all the things. Check out Zack's TikTok, everybody. If we're still using that, I don't know if that's a thing still. I know the new terms and user agreements are kind of out the wazoo, so good luck with that, everybody. But we'll be back next week. Maybe not on Sunday, since it is Super Bowl Sunday, to talk about the next episode, but we'll have to think about that. But we'll be here to talk about the episode nonetheless, so please join us if you want. And if not, come find us afterwards if you don't find us live. We'll continue talking about Traitors. We got Survivor 50 coming up. We got a lot of stuff. We're figuring out what to do on this channel, so come join us for all the things. And yeah, Nick, Zach, thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to see if we have an even better Greatest Traitors episode of all time next week to talk about. So, as always, thank you again. Zach, say the thing you always say. Let's get out of here.
Perception is reality. Our reality.
It's really weird to not hear the music. Good night, everybody. I hope the music's getting louder.